Yeah.
I like Melissa's idea. Did you get to meet them? Hello, how do you do?
Well, we could pet them. They're so close.
Hey, penguins are people
Watching.
too.
Yeah.
Penguins are people too. Of course they are. Of course they are. I've seen Batman. Penguins real.
Yeah, we could touch them. If you're naughty. We're not supposed to. All right.
Welcome everyone into the News 4 Forum. This show we don't just watch, we're asking you to join in. We're talking about hot stories, trending topics, viral videos, and the latest in your tech news. So let's go ahead and get started. And we are starting off this morning with a look at what is trending online. Oh boy, this is a weird one. Locally, the most read story on mynews4.com is, hey, you're the one who chose it. Los Angeles nurse sentenced for sex with corpse. Yes, the Los Angeles Times reports a 62-year-old Alejandro Razo was found guilty last month of having sex with the body of an 82-year-old woman who died of natural causes. The Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office said Monday that during his release, Razo must attend weekly counseling sessions and sex offender meetings. Nationally on CNN.com, the most read story this morning is Ford recalls 100,000 vehicles. According to CNN, the biggest recall was for cars that have an axle problem that can either prevent the car from starting or essentially shift the car into neutral. Affected models include the Taurus, the Interceptor, Flex, and the Edge from model years 2012 to 2014, and 200 2014 Ford Fiestas were recalled for a potential gas tank leak as well. On FoxNews.com, the most read story this morning is David Letterman walks out on Joan Rivers' interview. Did you watch it? According to Fox, 3 days after walking out on CNN after objecting to Frederica Whitfield's line of questioning, Joan stopped by David Letterman's CBS late night show last night, I should say, when she began to poke fun at June Allison on a Depends commercial. Well, Letterman decided he was going to fight back, and he walked off the set, all in joking manner, of course. Trending on Twitter this morning is hashtag Gaza. The Israeli Defense Forces have released a video on Tuesday's attempt by Palestinian militants to infiltrate Israel by sea. The Israeli military says it hit about 200 Hamas targets on the second day, and Palestinian officials say at least 14 people were killed in yesterday's airstrikes. Gaza officials say all 6 who died were civilians. Now on to our viewer voice segment, where we ask you, the viewer, to chat with us about some of the trending topics of the day. You can find these topics on our Facebook and our Google Plus page about 9 o'clock in the morning, and you can be live on air with us, share your opinion, maybe battle it out with us here on the show. All you have to do is circle me, Melissa Carlson, and let me know that you're interested. All right, our first and only topic for today. A woman in St. Louis, Missouri finds out some frightening news about the home she just rented. Chris Nagas reports the house holds some deadly secrets.
What did you think when you found this place?
I loved it. I love the house.
Katrina McGaw signed the lease without worry. Her Section 8 voucher covered $810 in rent. The landlord seemed nice. No worries at all. Until a family member told her to check out a cold case documentary about serial killers airing on the A&E network.
Oh my God.
Seriously, imagine if this happened to you.
And then there it is. The house that I'm living in pops up, and it's like, it's real.
Whoa. Talk about sending chills down her spine. She was living in the same Ferguson house serial killer Maury Travis used as a torture chamber. The landlord even gave her the dining room table, the same one from the crime scene photos.
When she showed us the house, she was like, you guys can have this table if you want.
Those are the same chairs.
Yeah, same chairs, same table, everything.
But it's what happened downstairs that freaks her out. That's where Travis recorded some of his crimes. At one point, he sent the Post-Dispatch a map to identify victim number 17. Some of the victims were tied to this pole.
This whole basement was basically his torture chamber, and it's not okay.
It's just too much for McGaw to handle. So she called her landlord begging to get out of the lease, but the landlord wasn't sympathetic. Turns out the landlord is the suspect's mom.
She said, no, you've already signed the lease. You need to stay there until your lease is up.
So I called Travis's mother. She claims she told McGaw about the house's dark past. McGaw says that's not true. She would have remembered the people murdered in the basement part. So I asked a real estate expert about the rules. Laura Wayness at Keller Williams.
If a serial killer lives in the house and kills his victims in the house, you don't have to say that to somebody who's renting or buying.
Correct. No, you don't have to say that.
Wayness says murder, suicides, and violent crimes don't require disclosure. Only material defects need to be noted.
Do you feel like there should be a law that you should be told about something like this?
I definitely feel there should be a law. Like, there's no way that she should get away with thinking that it's okay not to tell people what happened in this house.
Although we couldn't get Travis's mom to budge, the St. Louis Housing Authority did. McGaw says she will be moving at the end of July, which can't come soon enough. She says things keep getting weirder and can't stop thinking about an incident with a 2-year-old relative that was playing in the basement near the pole where Travis tied up his victims.
And then she looked over and she was like, she's scared, like she saw somebody that was scared and crying.
And there's nobody there.
Nobody was there.
That was Chris Nagas reporting. So we're asking our Google Plus group, should a realtor or someone who is renting out a home, or selling it for that matter, have to disclose that murders have happened in the house? Deaths, per se. Asking our Google Plus group what you think about it, starting off first with Kia. Kia, your thoughts about it. And no one wants to think. I mean, first of all, you never know what happened in a house ahead of time. You know, maybe 100 years back. And it really depends on what you believe could potentially happen if someone dies there. But do you feel like you should have the legal right to know what happened there ahead of time?
Yes, I mean that is with so many horrendous crimes that happened there. I know the house is already a spectacle, so she's probably having people driving by. Oh yes, that's where it happened, and all this other stuff. It's the equivalent of putting out the property that the Texas Chainsaw Murderer used, and just saying for people to come there and rent without telling anyone.
Justin, isn't this also partially buyer beware? Do some research. Google it, for criminy sakes. Everything's on Google, it seems like. So go ahead and look. Is there any kind of news articles related to your home? Don't you think that's part of it?
Yeah, it can be. I still think they ought to let people know beforehand, though, especially if you're buying a property. You could find that you purchase it and then you find it's impossible to sell afterwards. You're stuck with it after that. You know, they give a history with cars. Why don't they give a full history about houses?
Great. So if you're buying it, that makes the difference there, right? Because now we're talking about a resale value and potentially hundreds of thousands of dollars that could go along with it that you could lose out on, rather, because somebody doesn't want to take the spot after you. Renting, though, may be different. Nate, do you think it's different when someone is renting?
I mean, I'm sure there's a few variants why it's different, but by the way, it makes me proud to call Missouri my home state. But in realty and stuff, there are certainly ethics training courses, so it may not be illegal per se, but with the realty board, it could get you in hot water. But it sounds like this landlord is not affiliated, not an official realtor, and she's also related to the guy that did it. So at the very least, I think her reputation is solid. Don't rent, yeah.
Yeah. Catalina, what do we have on Facebook?
So on Facebook we have Humberto Valencia said they would need to disclose it if the death was caused by the house itself. A crime could happen anywhere. And then Anna Elisna says, yes, need to know.
All right. We would love to hear what you have to say. You can go ahead and post your comments on our Facebook and our Google Plus page. Thanks, everybody, for being with us. Coming up next, summertime means a lot of outdoor exposure, not just to the sun, but to those crawling critters as well. We're talking about bugs, how to protect yourself in your Wellness Wednesday. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Go Missouri. Woo.
Thought of the Aces ballpark for an extra 10 seconds. Good job, everybody. Yeah, that block was hard to get through, I have to say. From the first story that was trending to the end, I was like, oh, Lord, this is a morbid block we have going on.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Is there a theme running today, is there?
Listen, I checked like all the time to make sure that dang headline would change. I'm like, please let it change. Please let us start to read something else on our website. But no. That corpse story just stayed there. Just wouldn't budge.
I just saw it on CNN too, so apparently it's attracting attention.
I was about this close to start paying people to start clicking on anything other than that story, please, so I can move it. Just be like, oh, it only was the trending story for 2 seconds, but dang it, it was our trending story. No. All right, so St. Mary's, this is your block. You have got a total of, let's see, 3 minutes. And if everybody else would not mind, and go ahead and mute yourself. I got to catch up on the chat here. What am I missing?
I'm going to say goodbye quickly and jump out.
You what, Justin?
Yeah.
I'm going to say
heading off
goodbye and jump out, gang. I just jumped in to do the news quick, so
Thank you, Justin.
See you, Justin.
take care.
See you
Bye-bye.
again.
Everyone
Bye,
else.
Tempton.
Bye-bye.
I have to
Arrivederci.
run as well. It's my birthday today, so I'm gonna go see
Happy
what my
birthday,
husband.
Kia.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Have a great day.
Thank you. See you guys later.
Bye, Kia. Thank you. Sorry, I know it looks weird. I keep looking down this way, but it's only because I can only see you guys here on this screen. And welcome back, everybody. Today we are chatting about sun and bug protection when it comes to yourself and your little ones, of course. Pediatric primary care physician Dr. Susan Ribeiro with St. Mary's Medical Center joins us now with a few tips. Hi, Dr. Ribeiro.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. Thanks for being with us. This is one of those things that you think it's a no-brainer, right? The sunburns, the bug bites, you want to prevent them, slap on whatever you need to, but it's really not as simple as that. Sunburns, though, and bug bites, painful, irritating. In a nutshell, how can they be prevented? What are some of your suggestions?
So we definitely want to make sure that we are staying safe and we're having fun outside, and some of that protection can be physical. So we're protecting ourselves from the sun. We can stay under the shade, use some protective clothing, and then over 6 months use sunscreen. Now in the past, they used to recommend not to use sunscreen on babies under 6 months. The current recommendations are to cover whatever you can cover with hats and clothing, but if there's a little bit of skin that's sticking out, it's okay to use a little bit of sunscreen. It's much safer to have some sunscreen exposure than to have actual sun exposure. And insect protection as well. Some of that is protective, long sleeve clothing, long pants, closed shoes. We want to try to avoid fragrances in our skin products and in our hair, and try to stay away from stagnant water. Over 2 months, insect repellents can be used.
Okay, and also when we're choosing the sunscreen and applying it, there's some important things to think about before you do that. Before you make those, they can be pricey. So before you go and buy the $13, sunscreen, what should you consider?
So I would recommend using a broad spectrum sunscreen, one that protects against UVA and UVB rays. And the American Academy of Dermatology recommends at least a 30 SPF on that. When you go to the store, most of the sunscreens you're going to find are the chemical sunscreens. They have to be absorbed into your skin in order to absorb the rays. So you want to put them on 15 to 30 minutes before you go outside, and reapply every 2 hours and after swimming.
And get rid of those old ones. If they expire, they're no longer good, so toss them. I know that's a problem at my house, so I always have to check them. And what about the bug spray? What are some of the important things that you should know before you make that purchase?
So as I said before, they have to be at least 2 months old, the babies, to be using the insect repellents. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends to use DEET at 10 to 30%. And that percent, it sounds like it would be how strong it is, but it's actually how long it works. So 10% DEET gives you about 2 hours protection, and 24% DEET gives you about 5 hours protection. There's also a little bit more difficult to find, but something called picaridin, which is another man-made chemical repellent, which supposedly has less odor, a little less skin irritation.
All right, and be careful with those open wound areas too if you've got scratches or whatnot when you're applying those. Thank you so much. A lot of great information. We appreciate it. If you'd like more information, by the way, you can always go and find that at stmarysmedicalgroup.com. A number there also on your screen, and you can find this on our website, mynews4.com. Appreciate it. All right, we go to Tim now with a quick look at our forecast. Hi, Tim.
Good morning to you. We have a flash flood watch for parts of eastern Nevada. Heavy rains and thunderstorms possible. We're going to take a look at the radar and see what's going on out there after the break.
I'd like to get that over with.
Dr. Ribeiro, thank you very much. You did a great job.
Oh, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. And Jasmine, also, the shot looks so much better. It was perfect.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Bye, you guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
I think they bought a new computer and got rid of the safety, some of the firewalls were messing with it.
We're alone in the Google.
Welcome back, everybody. Meteorologist Tim Studebaker joins us with a look at our forecast yesterday. That one lightning bolt scared the bejesus out of me, I have to say.
I know which one you're talking about.
It was so loud. There was one that was just incredible. Today we could get a little bit more of that.
That's right. Yeah, we did see a few showers and thunderstorms pass through yesterday, and today isolated is possible. Isolated showers and storms, that is, are possible throughout parts of the area today. Better chance if you're farther north or farther east of Reno. As we take a look, though, at a beautiful picture yesterday with those storms, of course, the sun did start to come out, started to peek through the clouds afterwards, so some post-storm sunshine for you from Christine. Christine posted that on our Facebook page, KRNB News 4 on Facebook. That's our cover photo. It's a beautiful one if you want to go check it out and like us while you're there. Right now, it's 86 degrees in Reno. We are already on the warm side again today. Very warm forecast out ahead of us, and humidity is at 30%. This is pretty high for this time of year. At 86 degrees, 30% is a good amount of moisture in the air. Dew points have been in the upper 50s to near the 60-degree mark. Typically, we're in the 20s and 30s this time of year, so it is definitely muggy out there. 91 in Dayton, 80 right now in South Lake Tahoe, and 82 in Minden and Garterville. We've got a little bit of action going on the radar. We've had a few showers pushing through parts of northwestern Nevada, continuing to push through the Winnemucca area and up through Humboldt County there as well. Also down toward maybe about Lovelock toward Winnemucca on I-80. You could see a couple of showers in the next few here. And also 50 Fallon over to Austin and down through southern Eureka County. We've had some lightning strikes with this cell that's been popping up. In fact, covering a lot of the radar returns there with all of those lightning strikes. So a lot of lightning going on out there with that particular one. As far as chances for showers and thunderstorms are concerned today, best for far northern Nevada and far eastern Nevada. You can see that's where a lot of the action is going to be. We're not out of the woods here in western Nevada today, though. Isolated showers and thunderstorms are still possible, and another chance going into your Thursday for some more isolated showers and storms. Lots of moisture streaming up from southern Nevada, and a lot of that is that monsoonal moisture there. So 81 in Glenbrook for the high today, 80 in Incline Village, and 85 in South Lake Tahoe. A slight chance for afternoon showers and thunderstorms here in western Nevada, but again, the better chances are going to be farther north and east, or northeastern Nevada. Naturally, you have a better chance to see some showers and thunderstorms there. 94 in Elko for the high, 97 in Battle Mountain. Back over toward western Nevada, upper 90s to near the 100-degree mark. And up toward the north, a lot of 90s showing up on the maps there too. And again, a better chance farther north. So Gerlach, you have a chance to see showers and thunderstorms today. And back down toward Reno, yes, there's a chance. It's not very impressive, though. It's not like yesterday where we saw a lot of widespread activity. Just a slight chance today, a little bit better chance tomorrow, and temperatures in the 90s all the way across the 7-day forecast for Reno, Sparks, and Carson City. and in the 80s for most of that 7-day in South Lake Tahoe. All right, let's take a look at my weather video of the day now. So the National Weather Service confirms that a tornado touched down in central New York on Tuesday night, causing major damage and killing 4 people. Authorities say the tornado packed winds of at least 100 miles per hour when it touched down in the town of Smithfield. 4 homes were destroyed. 1 was ripped off its foundation and tossed across the street. What's left of the homes now are just piles of debris. Twisted metal and furniture and wood as well is scattered on the ground there. Back to you, Melissa.
All right, Tim, thank you so much for that incredible video. Selfies are everywhere and done by so many people, but are they potentially hazardous to your health? Coming up, we're going to have a look at that coming up in your tech news. Welcome back, everybody. Now in your tech news, most Americans pretty much carry a camera with them wherever they go in some form and pretty much at all times. Add in the social media and you have an insatiable need to take pictures whenever and whenever you are celebrating God knows what. It's all called of a selfie. And just this week, some very brave athletes have complained. Someone's gonna get hurt. Jenna Wolf has a story.
It's the goal with any spectator sport, proximity to the action, right? The closer you get, the better, unless it's too close, which is exactly what's happening at the Tour de France this week. Millions of fans lining the streets to get a glimpse, but at the same time, putting themselves and the riders in danger just to snap a selfie. It's not enough anymore to take a snapshot of just yourself or just the action. Apparently, Le Tour is not Le Tour without Le Selfie. U.S. cyclist TJ Van Garderen, who's competing in the race, recently lashed out on social media, tweeting, "Standing in the middle of the road with your back turned while 200 cyclists come at you just to take a selfie. Hashtag think." But plenty of people aren't thinking.
I think the year 2014 might be the year of taking the selfie to the next level, doing whatever is crazy enough to make people notice your selfie, stand apart.
So what qualifies as a good selfie these days?
Well, I mean, you have to have the right lighting.
Lighting? How about risking arrest, bodily injury, or pure humiliation? These days, nothing is anything without proof you were there. More than an autograph or even a conversation, as Taylor Swift recently wrote in an op-ed. The only memento kids these days want is a selfie.
A selfie is all about the action, right? Take Brian Williams. He's on the phone. That's crazy action. I'm going to capture it. Perfect.
It's what's behind you that I think what it really is now.
Some people, they don't believe you. They don't believe you. It's like I met Derek Jeter. It's like, oh yeah, did you take a picture? No. It's like, oh, I don't believe you.
But a cautionary word to the selfie takers: the more time you spend capturing the moment, the less time for you to actually live it. Jenna Wolf, NBC News, New York.
So true. All right, one airline is going to reward you for sharing just how much you hate it. Spirit launched hate1000miles.com, your chance to upload and unload your basically hatred for the low-cost carrier. It's part of Spirit's efforts to address complaints and educate customers on what to expect when they fly Spirit. They're going to get 8,000 Spirit airline miles for your trouble if you post there, but you're going to have to create a free Spirit account to comment. Coming up next, everybody deserves a birthday cake on their special day, right? Well, this includes hedgehogs, and it's so cute to see. Your viral video is coming up next. And welcome back, everybody. If you've ever been curious, which I know you have, Studebaker, on how hamsters and hedgehogs celebrate their birthday, well, wonder no more. Here's your answer. We showed you a while back a video of a hamster eating tiny burritos, and the folks behind that, well, they have a popular video now that shows exactly what happens when a hedgehog and hamsters decide to celebrate a birthday. Look at that. Look at that face. Devours his tiny cake. They show you in the beginning how they make the tiny cake.
This is going to be me after the show, by the way.
Posted yesterday. The video already has more than 65,000 views. If you would like to reshare, of course, you can do that by going to our Facebook page. We have posted it there for you. So, so cute. All right, let's get to kind of a wild weather day ahead of us, potentially.
Yeah, we do have some showers and thunderstorms potential out there on the 7-day forecast for today. Just 20% chance for Reno, Sparks, lots of western Nevada, but up to our north and also eastern Nevada, much better chance to see showers and thunderstorms again today.
All right. Have a great day, everybody. Be safe. We'll see you back here on News 4 at noon.